yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Oh, she's super babe. Oh, she's super babe. Oh, she's super babe. Oh, she's super babe. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, she's a diamond diva. Oh, she's super babe. She's a diamond diva. Oh, she's super babe. She's a diamond, she's a diamond. She's a diamond, she's a diamond. She's a diamond, she's a diamond. Oh, she's super babe. A diamond diva. It's a girl that love to stay fly. Hair and nails stay deep. Every time you see her, she got a brand new fit. With a baby man. Yeah, she got a back fetish. Love pumping tank. Love buying diamonds. She said diamond is a girl best friend, I ain't lying. Big boy house, big boy car, doing big boy things. Got a degree up in business. Got her own business. Oh, she's super babe. Oh, she's super babe. Oh, she's super babe. Oh, she's super babe. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, she's a diamond diva. Oh, she's super babe. She's a diamond diva. Oh, she's super babe. She's a diamond, she's a diamond. She's a diamond, she's a diamond. She's a diamond, she's a diamond. Oh, she's super babe. A diamond diva. It's a girl that love to stay fly. Hair and nails stay deep. Every time you see her, she got a brand new fit. With a baby man. Yeah, she got a back fetish. Love pumping tank deep. She said diamond is a girl person, I ain't lying. Big boy, I'm people cause doing big boy things. Got a degree up in business. Got her own business. She's a diamond, she's a diamond. She's a diamond, she's a diamond. Oh, she's super babe. Oh, she's B-double-D. That's that kind of girl that I need on my team. Yes, she's just like me. A bonafide hustler, get straight to the cheese. Ooh, a sex game off the chain. 10-star dealer, she ain't bout no games. Yes, Versace, Gucci, Louis. Versace, Gucci, Louis. Got her swag going stupid. She's so glamorous. Lil' mama pulled up in the Range Rover truck. Oh, she's so material. She's a diamond diva. Oh, she's super babe. She's a diamond diva. Oh, she's super babe. She's a diamond, she's a diamond. She's a diamond, she's a diamond. She's a diamond, she's a diamond. Oh, she's super babe.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
Welcome to Girls Talk.
Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody.
First and foremost, before we even get started, let's go ahead and say rest in peace to our uncle Freddie Ezell. Our family laid him to rest on yesterday.
Yes.
Yes.
So we're gonna dedicate tonight's show to him.
Yes.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Uncle Fred.
Rest in peace, Uncle.
So that's something for the people who are watching. If you didn't know, we are all cousins.
Yes.
Yes.
Our first.
Yes. Girls Talk. We are cousins.
Hey.
Hey, everybody's checking in.
Andrea, Melanie,
Melanie's.
Hey,
Laverne,
Tyler.
Gloria,
Hey, Auntie Glory.
All right. Go ahead and introduce yourself, ladies.
Well, you know, I'm Shavonne, and I'm going to always keep it real with you all, no matter what.
Hey everybody, I'm Tequila, and of course I'm gonna give you the dirty, ugly truth.
And it's your girl, Rachel Reed, the host with the mostest. And I'm going to go ahead and keep it all the way 100 for Girls Talk. We got Ty checking in.
You.
Hey.
So let's go ahead and get into it. Our first topic is like, how do you allow a man to speak to you? Like, how do you allow a man to talk to you? Is it always respectful? Does it get a little toxic sometimes? Like, what are you willing to
Put up with
tolerate?
respect.
Definitely respect. Definitely respect. I will not tolerate any type of loud talking at me. We're not gonna do that. We can speak with each other, but no, we don't play them type of games.
Yes.
Okay. We got a little clip. We're just gonna watch a little bit of it and then we'll discuss.
Please, please, please understand this. How a man speaks to you is everything. Don't you ever get it confused. When a man learns how to be mindful of his words and then when he learns how to speak to a woman, his woman, with kindness and his gentleness, right? When he makes sure that his delivery isn't rude or insensitive, that's probably a man that is in love with you because he cares just that much about you. When he makes time to secure your insecurities, right? Because it's important to him that he speaks love and life and encouragement because he wants to see you be the highest version of yourself. He knows the more that he pours into you, less chance that you are going to be accessible to somebody else. He wants to see you shine. He wants to see that confidence in you grow. Like, why not? It's kind of a no-brainer, right? If you ever dealing with a man that disrespects you, I'm going to tell you right now how to handle that. You tell him, you say, hey, listen, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but the next time that you have this delivery or have this tone in your voice, I feel like you can cuss me out my name or talk to me crazy, I'm leaving. Because you have to constantly teach men how to treat you and what you're not going to put up with. Because there's so many women out here that let men talk to them and treat them any kind of way. Another way how to tell if a man loves you, something that I wish I would have known when I was younger, is that there are multiple ways that you can show somebody that you're faithful. I used to feel like cheating, right? Being with somebody, sleeping with somebody, that's what made you a cheater. But no, in all actuality, there are a lot of levels of cheating. Like, there's emotional cheating, there's physical cheating, there's even liking women's pictures on Instagram or social media, whatever it is, watching nasty videos. And I know a lot of women watch nasty videos too, and I'm gonna be real with you. Y'all just nasty. Both of y'all are nasty with lust. Here's the biggest thing. There's a lot of men that are faithful. But just because a man is faithful, it doesn't mean that he loves you. Because some men, they don't cheat for multiple different reasons. Some men have social anxiety. Some men don't cheat because they don't have any options. Some men won't cheat because they got a little shrimp stick and they just found a woman that just accepts them for them. But the way he talks to you is disrespectful. He verbally or physically or, mentally abuses you. He doesn't support you. Hope that you can see now that there are a lot of reasons why a man could be faithful but doesn't love you. So I don't want you to ever get this confused. Man mouth is powerful. And how he guards his tongue and his actions will let you know if he's actually in love with you. If a man is faithful and he respects you, then what else is there for him to prove?
All right, ladies, he said a whole lot.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So the first part of it, he spoke about how a man talks to you kind of shows how he feels about you.
It does.
He does.
It really does. You have to watch how you allow someone to talk to you. Because if they get comfortable with it, they'll never stop doing it. And you don't want to be with nobody that's belittling you and always, every time y'all talk, he got something negative to say or, make you where you unease to even tell him anything. Like, you want to be like that. You want to be able to be open with all you, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through.
I totally agree. I agree. And someone said he should talk to you the same way he talks to his mother. Brendan Perry said that. Thank you for checking in. I would have to agree with that as well. Um, you can tell a lot. It says a lot about a man the way he interact and treats his mother, and if he has children, the way he interact with his daughter. So those are two things that I pay attention to.
But I think he can still talk to his mother well and talk to you like crap. Like, I will say that I have dated people who will put on this angelic, they want to be Mr. Perfect in front of their families. They have it all together.
Mm-hmm.
And then behind closed doors, they're barely holding it together. And they take their anger and frustration out on the person that they're dating.
Yep.
Yeah, I
So,
see where you're coming from with that.
type thing. And they don't want people to know that they act like this behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
So they put on their facade. But I think you have to be very, as women, we have to be very careful at what we accept. It's like raising a child in a sense, because you gotta correct it where they act up at.
Yes.
So, the first time they do it, you can't let it ride.
Absolutely.
Yes. You gotta let it be known.
Yeah, you have to let it be known. And then, I think, I don't know how it is on the East Coast, West Coast, and up north, but I know a lot of these Southern men, like, they feel like it's a power thing that, I'm a man, hear me roar. And they gotta say it with their chest sometimes. They have to raise their voices sometimes for you to understand. And that's not the case. No, just because you're saying it loud doesn't mean my response is gonna change.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those people, I think they have communication problems. They don't know how to communicate well with others. So that's the easy way out. Oh, I'm gonna raise my voice at you. That's easy.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Instead of just, okay, let's calm down and let's just talk the problem out.
Exactly.
And Gloria said, please do not do the name calling. And I agree with that. And I also think that one thing people have to realize is once you release these words, you can't take them back.
You cannot take
them back.
And we're not here to judge, and we don't know what makes people stay with their mate. But like, let's say you just name called your mate, or you called them out of their name, or you said something about their weight, or whatever the case may be. This person still has to lay down with you at night.
Yeah. And you can say, I'm sorry, all you want to. The words are still there. Not saying that your partner won't forgive you, which she probably will, he probably will, but you have to be careful with that, because, that still stick to them. And words do hurt.
Yeah, that old saying is a lie. Sticks and stones may break my bone, but words will never hurt me. Yeah. Words hurt deeper than a bruise. If you gonna act like that, just hit me. Don't get your leg.
Just hit me. Don't talk to me any kind of way.
I don't want either or. Don't talk to me any kind of way.
I just want to say, I was trying to make sure I elaborate on that. Yeah. I'm just saying, I'd rather you go ahead and do what you're gonna do than to sit there and just down talk me.
Yeah,
because that's a sign of abuse. That's emotional abuse.
There you go. Yes. There you go. Abuse is not always physical. Sometimes the way people talk to you is hurtful and harmful, and that is classified as abuse. And people don't understand that. And I've been in a situation like, this guy, he wanted to express himself, and then he wanted, like, you could say, how's the weather today? And he might be like, why you asking me that? Why you asking me about the weather? No, he just came off aggressive and rash and like rude for no reason type thing. So, it's only so much a person can take. You keep coming off rude. Now I got to check it. And then when you check it, it's like, you know what? I can't do this no more. I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this. Like, do me a favor then, deuces. Because like, I don't know people who just wake up on the wrong side of the bed every day. Why are you so angry all the time? Why are you so aggressive with your words all the time?
And if I'm the problem, let me know.
If I'm the problem, let me go. If you cannot, for real, if I'm the problem, let me go. I was talking to a gentleman not too long ago that was like that. every time I try to talk to him, don't ask me. I couldn't ask him questions. How am I gonna get to know you if I can't ask you questions? Don't ask me questions. Or, you know, if I say, oh well, okay, well, how are you feeling today? Like, that's a question. What's wrong with you? And then I thought, okay, it got to be me. You can't like me if you're talking to me like this. And I caught him on the phone with his mom one day, and he talked to her the exact same way.
Mm.
And I realized then, yeah, no, hey, this ain't no phase you're going through, or you might be stressed out about something. No, this is just who you are. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit left, because I can't deal with that. My mouth and your mouth together is not gonna work, and I'm trying to get myself out of that, going back and forth and arguing. When we're grown, I feel like we could just sit and talk about things.
Those are red flags, and that's the signs of a toxic people, a toxic person who is like that. Are you emotionally disturbed? Like, what's really going on?
And you took it out of my mouth. Like, what's really going on? And that's gonna lead us into our next clip from one of my favorite people.
The way they act is a reflection of what they come up around. Who raised you? We all have the ability to heal. Some people, the healing takes a little longer than others. So we don't judge. Just blood doesn't make us related. Love makes us related. And love is patience. So you got to be patient with a person while they undergoing their healing process, if they trying to heal. And then you got to also love yourself enough to say, I know this person trying to heal, but I'm vibrating way up here. So I don't want that around me right now. I love you enough, and I love myself enough to get away from you. With all due respect, I just got to pour into my own blessing right now.
Right.
Exactly.
And I felt that I love myself enough to get away from you.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you're going through your healing, you're going through a healing journey, and you're willing to allow other people to assist you in that, that's fine. But if you're not, just let them know. Don't be nasty, and don't, bring that person down because you see that person is healed already. Because it's just like what Kevin Gates just said. Look, I have to free myself from that, because if I'm vibrating up here and you're down here, you're not trying to come up here. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna end up back down here with you, and that's gonna mess up everything you don't work hard for. So, yeah, heal before you even decide you want to be with somebody or be in a friendship, or even when it comes to family. Heal before you come to people.
Self-love is key.
Yes.
Definitely. Yes. Self-love is definitely the key. And sometimes you just have to take accountability for yourself.
All the time.
Sometimes you have to put yourself before the person that you're in love with.
Yes.
You do. You really do. You really do. You have to find self-balance within, because you can't spread yourself thin out here. You can't, how can I say it? Just like you said, you got to pour into your own blessing.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pour into yourself just a little bit more in your cup than somebody else's.
Yes.
Exactly.
Can't pour from an empty cup. How can you give anybody anything if you have nothing to give to yourself? Like nothing in there at all.
But I think it's deeper than that too, because what if I met someone who is dealing with the issue before they met me? Like, they're bringing in this issue before they met me. They're working towards healing, but this happened before me. I had nothing to do with it, but then it starts becoming toxic for me.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Are you gonna rock with them and ride with them through that, or are you gonna allow this broken person to break you too?
They're gonna break you too. We can't heal anyone if they don't want to allow us to help them heal. You're gonna run yourself crazy trying to do that. Been there before. You bring yourself down thinking you can heal someone that don't want to be healed, or even identify where they need to heal it. Like, hey, I see you got a pattern here. Some people don't want to hear that. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm straight. But if I'm identifying this and I'm letting you know, hey, this might be a problem, work on it or whatever, and you don't want to hear that, I mean, after I done voiced my opinion and you're not working on it, you still doing the same thing, and you want to say you healing, 9 times out of 10, you're not healing. You're just using that as a excuse to keep people around. So I'm going to go ahead and exit, because you're not putting forth the effort to do better, to be better. You just like to say, I'm healing to keep people around.
And I'm going to tell you something else I don't like. I don't like when people play the victim.
Yes.
I cannot stand when people play the victim. Stop playing the victim. And like I said, hold yourself accountable for your actions.
Exactly.
And Jordan said he has to get himself together first. And Brandon said everybody is going through something. And like, I agree with both of those. Everybody is going through something. But some people are narcissistic in a sense where they only care about what they're going through.
Yep.
And,
right.
Yeah, they're not worried about your problems. You have issues too. You're hurting too. You're trying to balance these things too. But they don't care about all that stuff. They just care about them and their problem.
Yeah.
And they find no faults in themselves most of the time. And I'm telling you, when God gives you an exit, stage left,
take it.
Take it.
Take it. Do not hesitate. Don't think, well, if I sit here for a little while, man, maybe they'll see I got their back. Maybe they'll see I got their back, and they'll go ahead and try to change. No, some people need to be on their healing journey by themselves. When I was on mine, when I was still currently going through it, is I have to be by myself. I can't pull nobody else into that, because my healing didn't come from it. My pain didn't come from them. And my healing got to come from God. And once I feel like I'm to a place where I'm comfortable to date again, then I'm able to. So I'm able to identify when another person is hurting and when they need to heal in a certain situation, and I see they're not trying to. So I get to pull myself back, and that's saving me from having to go through pain again and have to heal from another situation. So you have to watch that.
You can't take baggage into another relationship.
Yes.
That relationship is doomed if you choose to do so. So you have to give yourself time, not play with people's emotions, and not prey on people. I think people like that are miserable.
You're right. You are right. They miserable, and misery loves company, baby. So they looking for everybody to join them.
And we're not trying to do that.
No.
Like, we are not trying to join you while you tear everybody else up. Like, that's not gonna work for us. And I feel like Auntie Gloria said, you got to go.
Yeah, you have to. Because why stick around? That's gonna drag you down. I watch women and men, date people that they know is not healed and keep dragging up old stuff and constantly bring them down. It's like you can see it in them physically, how 1 year they can look spirit bright and they looking good, and just a year later you looking 10 years older. You looking like life been sucked out of you. That's because of the person that you've been around that's not completely healed, and they dragging you with that instead of just cutting ties. Who cares how many years? Nobody care if it's not healthy. Cut ties. You got to be healthy mentally before you can be healthy in any other place in your life. You got to be healthy mentally.
Somebody said lust is a strong drug.
What you say?
It's a strong drug, but we can't be so de-whipped. Can't be so de-whipped, and the men can't be so p-whipped that we can't see past what it really is.
Exactly.
You got to see things for what they are.
Exactly.
And if you're dealing with any of these things, you need a change. We got just the event for you.
Yes.
Hey.
Opportunities in your love life. We have just the event for you. All right, the 80s Babies conversation. Our little crew, we're getting ready to host our first event. It's virtual.
Yes. So come on out.
So if you're a sexy single, come on out to this mix and mingle. Yes. You can do it at home. You don't have to leave.
Nope. Dress to impress, though, and you have to be 25 years or older to join.
That's right. 25 and up, grown and sexy. Make sure you look good. We're going to do these one-on-one rooms where you get to talk to people one-on-one to see if there's a match. If you match with somebody, nobody will know because you and that person can exchange numbers and contact information in your one-on-one room. This is going to be fun. We need y'all to help us invite some people.
Yes.
Please.
Yes. If you're
Get them
single,
on
come
the
on and mingle.
I see the eyes, but y'all really need to check this out. This is something that is really, really
We're calling all singles.
all
Yes. Make
singles.
sure you
All
join,
singles.
Tyler. Yes, I will.
Yes, and if you got to think about whether or not you're single, that means you're single. So we need you to come too. We're calling all the single. This is February 18th at 9 p.m. The sexy singles, mix and mingle.
Yes, tell a friend to tell a friend. If you know some singles out there and you know it's been a struggle since the pandemic trying to meet someone and you just trying to try something out, this is the place for you. You want to put your best foot forward. You want to be able to you want to dress to impress, even though you're at home, still be comfortable. And this is the place you want to be.
But come open-minded.
I
Like
finna say,
you're trying to meet somebody. You're going to get in these one-on-one rooms. You're trying to meet somebody. Come open-minded. Come ready to have fun, games, giveaways. Grown-up talk. I mean, we just going to have a good time. It's going to be a party, y'all.
It's going to be a party. It's going to be so
It's
fun.
going to be a party, y'all.
Come
so we're so ready for this.
Yes.
Yes. Dress to impress. You're trying to pull somebody because if you don't pull them, I will. I promise.
You hear me?
I'm getting ready.
Single. Well, yeah. Me and Raven, we're single.
Yeah, we're single.
Yeah.
Tequila.
I can give you some pointers. I can definitely give you some pointers to get you a keeper.
So I mean, this is going to be a lituation. Like, tell a friend to tell a friend. Go ahead and get your tickets so you can get in. Because when we get to a certain capacity, we will cut off tickets.
Yep. Certain. So
go ahead and purchase your
purchase your tickets now.
Yes.
You should be able to go to the link. The link is definitely did you post it?
Yes, you just
the link is in the chat.
Okay.
And we're gonna post it on our 80s Babies Conversation Facebook page. You will see it on our personal pages as well.
Yeah.
The sales are gonna end on February 16th, and this is just in time for the people who did not have a Valentine to come on out and find you one.
Exactly.
All right, it's gonna be much fun, Melanie.
Yes.
Melanie, I'm telling you, it's gonna be fun. You don't want to miss it. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes.
And now let's talk about why people need to be at our sexy singles mix and mingle. First of all, what is a hobosexual? Let's watch this clip.
Do men live with their baby mama?
Oh, all that means is you have ran across a CEO hobosexual. And let me explain to you what I mean by that. See, we stay referring to men that bounce from house to house and woman to woman to just have a bed to lay in as hobosexuals. But what y'all didn't know is there are levels to hobosexualism. See, look, there are some men out there who do not give a fuck if the girl got a dirty house, roaches, if she live in the projects, whatever. He just needs somewhere to stay. But there are some hobosexuals that have standards. They like women that got jobs, careers, duvet covers, end tables, and living room sets. They like to stay with bitches that create a home. And that's all you ran across. See, the only reason he ain't moving out his baby mama house is because she is a bad bitch that has created a home and he comfortable there. See, that's an executive hobosexual.
All right, Tequila, break this down. What is a hobosexual?
A hobosexual is someone who is hoboing with sex. You're just jumping from person to person. You don't have yourself established. You don't have no goals. Your goal is to land the next victim. That's the goal.
Yes.
So these
for real.
So is this what you're seeking out here? Let's talk homosexual.
That's homosexual. Because
Like,
it is men out here like that.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. Like,
going from house to house, from woman to woman. And like she said, you got those ones that you done seen them. You'll see a guy, he with a woman, and you like, okay, she living in the project, nothing wrong with that, because everybody, start somewhere and move forward. But the ones that stuck in that mindset and just stuck there. Oh, he moving, he in this apartment today, and next week he down the street at that apartment with this woman. Tomorrow, you know what I mean? Like, jumping from.
Auntie say he want a hot in a cot.
Yes. But not just from one. He wanted from all.
From many. But he's not willing to take the time to grow himself up and to get his own stuff, get his own place and his own car and stuff like that, where he has somewhere to stay. And he ain't got to do that. He prefer to just live off women. If it's the baby mama, and he got multiple baby mamas, he gonna go to multiple houses. Or he just got this one and he can keep going back and forth to her, he gonna do that. It's hard for him to grow up. What I consider, it's hard for him to grow up and be men.
So is he a homosexual, or is he just making sure he has options?
He's a homosexual. He's a man that wants to have options don't necessarily have to set up tent everywhere he lay his head.
Exactly. I always bring his clothes with him. I'm staying here with you.
Like, I think our cousin Eric said that's a Rolling Stone.
but see, Eric, this stone is not rolling because he's setting up tents everywhere he goes.
Well, he definitely is because he's going from place to place. He's not in one place. A man that's setting up, like a man that already got his and he's just, just dating. He might go on a date with this girl, go on a date with this woman, go on a date with this woman, and then he choose from that. That's just a man dating. But a man that's homosexual is jumping from woman to living from woman to woman to woman. They're not going on no dates. They going on I meet you. Oh, I feel like your standard might be just low enough for me to come and live with you, and you don't mind because you want a man. So he go and stay with her. It don't work out with her. Before she even, I'm gonna kick you out, he already got somewhere else to go. Yeah. So that's jumping from woman to woman to woman. And like I said, don't let it be his baby mamas, because he's gonna jump from her to that one, to that one, to that one. They allow it. Women
whoever allow him to set up shop, that's where he's gonna go.
Yes.
Whoever who is vulnerable enough.
Exactly.
They will. Whoever is gonna allow him to run from home to home,
he gonna do it. So, ladies,
Brandon said low self-esteem is dangerous.
It is, because it can have you in situations that you don't belong in, but you feel like, oh, well, but this probably as good as I'm going to get, so I'm going to work on him to try to make him be the best guy ever. No, sis, let that man go. Let him go. He for the streets. As they say, he is for the streets.
He just made sure he had somewhere to stay and to eat up your food stamps.
Exactly.
But I'm still trying to process this over here. Like, I'm stuck. This one has me stuck. I'm trying to process this over here.
Man. But when she was talking about the executive homosexuals, I'd have met those too. Those the one with the high standards. They will not date a woman that ain't got her stuff together. But they don't have their stuff. They don't have nothing together. They might got a little money. They might be in the streets or something like that, and they got a little money to toss around. But they want they women to be on a higher standard. She got to have a good job, a nice apartment, preferably one or no kids, where he can come in with low self-esteem, because, hey, it be women that have their stuff together that got low self-esteem.
But they want a piece of a man. They want a piece of a man,
so I allow him to do it. Yes. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, you'll sit there and try to raise him to be a better man for you, and look at like, well, look at all I done for you. So you should want to be with me because you see I am a good woman. But you don't know. He got 2-3 other women just like you standing in line. Or he keep jumping from their house to your house. I mean, it's crazy out here.
And sometimes they don't have anything. They just have ideas. Let me give you an idea on how to flip your money. Man,
Yes.
if you don't get back, if you don't stop.
If you invest $2,500 in me, I promise you. And next week I'll bring you 5,000 back, like stuff like that. And most women, you know, that's why we need to heal before we go out here, so we'll be able to identify that. Most of us, and I say us because I've been there before, we focus on getting ourselves together when it comes to our money and our finances and stuff. We forget the other part. So we together financially, and we thinking we're gonna attract that good guy. No, I mean, it's like the more finances you get, it seems like the bummer the guys get. Not all, but some. They get, and they come with these crafty ways of coming to you and presenting themselves like they're not bums, but they really are. And they look for someone.
I think you made a good point. I think that's the mistake we as women make. Like, it's okay to be vulnerable, but don't expose your vulnerability so soon, because people prey on that.
Yes.
And then, you know, as women, you know, we're nurturers.
Yes.
We want to make sure everybody's good. But when they start talking about your finances, that's not your responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's not your responsibility to try to take care of him. And I think, you know, we get these situationships that are not even relationships. And we start treating them like, you know, they're our husbands.
Yes.
You know, you're going to take care of your husband because y'all are eating out the same pot.
Yes.
And living under the same roof. But then we try to give to these men and pour into these men that have no intentions of anything long-term or being with us anyway. And I think that's the mistake we make. Like, stop being so quick to give. Stop telling everybody all your soft spots and where you're vulnerable at. And stop allowing people to prey on you. When he starts talking about what he ain't got, you better start telling him what you don't have. Like, I don't have it either. I'm trying to figure out the same thing. No, because if he comes to me ignorant and being about what he don't have, I'm about to run it down just like him. Me neither.
My rent due on the 1st also. So
yeah, mine late too.
What we gonna do?
What are we gonna do?
What we gonna do?
Correct.
Exactly. All I have to say, if you don't have someone who's willing to add to your livelihood in all aspects, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually, that is not the person for you. Some people, they prey on your weakness. And as women, like Raven said, we are vulnerable at times. And they use that against us.
Yeah. So that's why you gotta heal enough so you know. And pray for discernment. That's something that I pray for a lot of. Let me be able to know when a person is coming to me genuinely, and when someone, because it is people out here that really is trying to heal, really is trying to get to to the next level, and they need people to help them, and they genuinely want that. But then there's people out here that is trying to use and suck you dry. That's why I ask for the discernment, so I can know the difference. That I don't want to be hard to the point where I'm running away good people, but I don't want to be soft where I'm getting ran over. So that's just how I look at it when it comes to situations like this. Like, one thing with me, can't no man come stay with me. I'm sorry. You can't come stay with me. Nope. After a couple of days, I'm tired. I don't want to, unless we just really in a relationship and we decided we can stay together, and because now that's just too much. And I don't want you, well, I come and pay your bills. I can pay my own bill, hon. How can you pay my bills and I'm not seeing you paying no bills? You don't even have a house.
And
How
a
do you
real
go ahead
man,
and take mine?
he's not going to want to move in with you anyway. He's gonna want to build with you. Hey, let's move somewhere together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, come stay with me and
Exactly.
you. I come stay with you. Hey, let's build this together. Let's get a home together.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things that I'm looking for, Tequila. Like, I want a man who is going to Russell Wilson me, like
Yes.
level me all the way up. Like, whatever I have now, you can double that.
That's
Like,
right.
whatever I have now, it's gonna be multiplied by me allowing you into my life. But I don't want to be in a situation where I find myself and I'm the one who's always giving. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I may grant him some grace and be like, you know what, he doesn't know how to date or whatever the case may be for real, because a lot of people are just out here Netflixing and chilling, and these men don't know how to go out on dates and how to treat a woman and how to buy flowers just because it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
So after I give him a certain amount of opportunities to do that and he doesn't do it, he got to go.
Yes.
I don't want to find myself in a situation where I'm the one always giving.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
and with these
that's
homosexuals, you gonna be the one giving, because they ain't gonna have nothing to give but that ping. And it's
baby,
2023,
you could buy
baby.
that
We
ping
not
ping
going
at the
for,
store. I
you
need you
feel
to
me?
understand. You could buy that ping
Hey,
ping at the store. So you
Call
don't
me if you want to
hey,
find
Tequila
if
got
you
some
need some
available.
help. Call
oh
me if you need some
hit Tequila
assistance.
up for that battery operated ping ping.
You feel me?
Because she got it.
That's the only
Now,
thing you got to offer.
you can buy that at the store because that's not important. But like, how many times? These men are not playing us. We can't put all the blame on the men.
No.
I got to put some of the blame on the women too, because we
Yes.
play ourselves.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
That's where that accountability you were talking about, Tequila, come from. In this situation, you got to be accountable for the mess that you put up with when it comes to a man. Like I said, most of the women that they choose have low self-esteem. You
Yes.
got to you got to know your worth. And I only talk about this because I've been there before. I ain't looking down on no one. I've been there before. You have to know your worth before, and they gonna play on your top just like you do it yourself. So you got to know your worth and stop being don't be no victim. And don't say, well, this man did this to me. But what did you do to allow him to do that? If you
Yeah.
seen when you met him, he didn't have anything to offer you, and you know you got a little bit more than him, and you know you're trying to do this for your kids or for yourself, why would you settle for lesser than what you know you're worth? Like, stop doing that just to have somebody in the bed, just to post a man, just to say you got a man. No, it's 2023. We got to be past all that. We getting too old in these ages and we got too much information available for us to be settling for less.
Hello.
So what are we gonna tell them to look for these homosexuals? Because I think women are homosexuals too.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
They are. When it comes to money and stuff like that, they put on these. Oh, well, you just met this woman a month ago. My house is something wrong with it, and I got to move, but I ain't got nowhere to stay. And you've been dealing with her, and y'all done vibe well, and you think, oh well, you know what? I don't want her out here by herself. Let her move in. Don't know she just finessed you into somewhere to stay, and she telling the next man that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it for real.
I agree. These women are looking for, some women, I ain't gonna say, all women, let's just be honest, are looking for a quick come up.
Yes.
So what's the difference you said a woman could be a homosexual, but we have been taught that if a man comes to your house, he knows that the water does not run for free. And he knows that the lights does not come on by themselves. Like, if a man is coming into your house, he's laying his head at your house. I was taught that a man has an obligation there. So, and I was also taught that a man should not come to your house empty-handed. Like, he shouldn't.
But that's the thing. They only gonna stay there long enough to see how quick they can finesse you. They're not gonna be there long term with you. Mm-hmm. These are homosexuals. They're gonna keep it moving. Yeah. If you can't provide to them what they want, guess what? They're gonna go to the next person that will.
Yeah, and these type of women that are homosexuals, they don't have that stability that you're talking about, Raven, where a man can come in and pay the bills and be the man. They don't have that. They're looking for that. So they're using the men to get that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's the difference from a homosexual woman and a woman that, hey, if you're going to come to my house, you know, you got to be a man. Men pay bills over here. You know, it's a difference. You got standards. She don't.
Yeah. And Victoria said that it's been said that Russell recently cheated on Sierra. If he leveled her up, why did he cheat? And it's quite simple. It comes with the lifestyle.
Yes.
So let's just keep it real. When you're dealing with these high valued men that are making more than 6 figures a year, and at his level, he's at millionaire status, it comes with the lifestyle. So you accepted the game. It's a part of the game.
But that is it though? Or just
it is
something that we
it's like it's something that is something that is not spoken upon. It's not spoken upon, but it's real. It's real. Like if you're with this man, I think we talked about this in our previous episode. So make sure you go and subscribe. We talked about, do you want the Chris Browns or do you want these 9-to-5 men? And you know, it's certain things that come with these high status men.
Yeah, and if you're dating a man that makes $150K, he may take his trip to the Dominican Republic, and he's not going over there just because the sand is pretty. But okay, let's be clear. Because we can get pretty sand in Florida, but he's going to the Dominican Republic. He's leaving you at the house. What is he doing when he's going over there?
But I have a question for you all. Do y'all think
it's 40 over here? It's 20 over there.
All 6-figure earners and stuff like that, athletes and stuff, you think they all do that, or the majority of them do that? That's the reason why
I say the majority, because it depends on the individual. It depends on their morals.
Yeah, because you can look at
it's in our nature. Let's just be honest. Yeah, it is in our nature.
Because I know a lot of athletes that you don't hear, and they're married. You don't hear about them in the media about them cheating on their wives. A lot of athletes.
You don't hear about them signing prenups either.
All right, and you don't hear about them signing these gag orders either that you're not gonna talk. A non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, you're right.
So you have how much do you respect your mate? How much do you respect your mate?
Yeah,
because you can do whatever dirt you got to do, but you do not have to bring it to your front door.
Yeah.
So you be responsible enough to do what you have to do so that it does not make it to your front door. And there's a lot of women out here who would tell you that they are okay with that as long as it does not make it to their front door. He doesn't have any of the babies. Nobody ever called their phone. Nobody ever showed up at their house. Nobody ever keyed in their cars. But that doesn't mean that he's faithful.
Yeah. Well,
and hold on. That doesn't mean that she's faithful either.
Exactly.
Agreed.
Exactly.
There are some women out here who do what they want to do, especially when they make more money than their husbands. I'm just saying.
Hello, what you trying to say, Beyonce? No, stop. Let me stop. We're not trying to make any type of accusation.
Oh man. But yes.
And you know, I'm in a situation now, I like this pretty boy type. I like this pretty boy type, you know, but I realize that they give me the most problems.
You think?
Every night I got to fight to prove my love. You know, so do y'all like pretty boys?
I don't want nobody that's prettier than me. I ain't finna tell you no story. I don't want nobody that's prettier than me.
I dated guys that was nice looking, and I dated guys that wasn't so nice looking. It's all about how you treat me. We got to vibe with. Like, I got to feel that spark when I see you. That's me. Like, I got to get lost in your eyes for me to even feel
but going based off looks, I ain't trying to say that's kind of shallow, but going based off looks to me was so kind of high schoolish, because now you got to go based off how people treat you and how they make you feel.
But the initial attraction is what got me there in the first place. So I have never dated anyone who was not easy on the eyes. Like, I've never, so I can't, you know, like, I'm attracted to.
Well, I done did community service before.
Me too. I done put my hours in, baby.
I done did community service.
I done put my time in.
I haven't done that. So I like this pretty boy type. So, but I'm starting to think, it's not working with me and these pretty boys. So maybe I need to get me a Barilla. Like,
it's your ugly man.
Yeah, go
it's
ahead.
like,
Tell
Yeah.
you something, ladies. I recommend to all of you, get yourself an ugly man. It will be the best decision you've ever made. They are reliable. They come when they say they're going to come. They do everything they say they're going to do. They spend their money on you. They help you with your kids. They take them to the doctor, to the dentist. Their little ugly ass be out there pushing them in a swag. They ain't going to ever cheat on you because they know don't nobody else want them. Get yourself an ugly man.
do y'all agree, ladies? Do ugly men treat women better?
Nope.
No, ugly men they gonna cheat quicker than a pretty man.
Well, I feel like they just, and because they're not used to the attention from other women. Because we done said before, most of the time, if a woman see you with an ugly man, she gonna start finding him attractive because she gonna look at you and be like, dang, she must see something in him if she look like this and he look like this. So I want to know. That brings attention to him. He's not used to that. So he gonna wild out, especially if he ain't never got no attention, he's gonna wild out on that. Where versus a good looking guy, he's used to it. So he ain't as quick to go and be with someone else as a man that is ugly. Because the ugly man, child, please, they'll take you down through there. I promise you they will. And they will take you down through there. So I would say get with someone that you find attractive and that you, not just physically, but, inside the most than it is outside. But get you somebody you can look at. You ain't got to close your eyes when you're around. Oh.
Well, like I said, I have did community service before. I didn't appreciate how I got treated in the end because I definitely upgraded him.
Yes.
Or them, however you want to say it. I upgraded them, and that's the thanks I got.
Yes. And don't do yourself like that because there's something you gonna always go back and say if he do something wrong. I gave his ugly ass a chance. So you want to sit and treat me like this? Like that's the first thing we go to. I know because I've been there. I'll go back on pictures I took of you and be like, what was I even thinking? Just look at you. Look how you were dressing and looking before I met you. And when I met you and I tell you look nice and something, you start keeping up with yourself and putting on nice clothes and doing your hair right or cutting your hair right. And now you want to act like you all that? Boy, please. Like, don't
exactly, Melanie. Exactly, Melanie.
If you were not attracted to him, what got you stimulated from him? Like,
I looked deeper. It was the fact that I looked at how he treated me. I looked at how he treated me.
Yep.
He portrayed himself to be something that he wasn't.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? You get those people that run this facade for so long, then the real them turns out. And after the real them, comes out, you been invested so much of your time. Now you're trying to see how you can make it work.
Exactly. And that's what it was for me. Just like Melanie said, it was the vibe. It was the things we had in common. The fact that I love a man that can make me laugh. I love to laugh. I like to joke. Like and he could do that. And we could have a good time. And I felt like I could let my hair down around him. And even though in my mind, I was thinking like, come on, bro, this is not you. This is not what you want. I still will, okay, well, he's a good guy. And Steve Harvey was right. They will take you on dates. They will be on time. They are consistent when it comes to stuff like that. And he was like that. He was very consistent when it came to that. He said if he made a plan or a date for us, we're going. So I enjoyed that. but it's just he started feeling himself a little too much for me. Like, you must forgot who I was, so don't do that. I remind you, but that's another reason why I feel like never lower your standards. To me, that's lowering your standards. And that ain't saying that you're better than nobody or nothing. You know what you like, and you don't settle for less. If you don't like him, you don't find him attractive, keep moving. Get with somebody that you do. Because these ugly men will try to play you harder than these pretty men will.
They will.
Okay, and so these ugly men will try to play you more than these pretty men.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to playing, who do we feel like cheats the most? And who do we feel like is more impacted by the cheating?
I think men cheat the most.
Cheating the most, I plead the fifth on that one.
I think women cheat the most.
Women cheat the most.
I think women cheat the most. We just don't get caught.
Yes.
I'm finna say that's what you need to say.
But
men cheat the most. Women just probably are slicker and smoother with the way that they choose to do things.
But no. Women cheat the most because all cheating is not physical.
Yes.
If we're not getting treated a certain way at home, then we start talking to our homie, our friend, and we start, I'm not getting this, and I'm not happy. And then your friend is over here whispering those sweet nothings in your ear to try to see, can he get in? Can he slide through when the other one is walking out the door, kind of thing. So I feel like we cheat the most because we will take advantage of that emotional cheating.
Well, a woman do leave emotional before she leave physical.
Yeah. So.
All right, Melanie said until recently she thought that women didn't cheat.
Baby.
I feel like we cheat the most because we take advantage of the emotional part, but also women are cheating physically too.
Yes,
women are better at covering their tracks.
Yes.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
We're gonna let you stay out of this. We don't want you to get in no trouble.
No trouble.
We think women cheat the most, but we had this clip.
I think it hurts a man more because y'all aren't prepared for it. Women, we're prepared for heartbreak from day one. We're prepared for y'all to give less, to receive less, to just settle for less. And for y'all are expected to be given more, for women to just give you more, for it to be all for you. And so when it doesn't, they're like, well, was the dick bigger? Was it better? Was it whatever? Does he have more money? Blah, blah, blah. And if he does, then I don't know if y'all know how to handle it, if there's a little guide for y'all to handle it. But for women, from day one, we're always taught either from our fathers, from our uncles, from our cousins, from whoever is in our family that is a male figure, that it may not be what it's all cracked out to be. And for men, I think y'all expect women to succumb and to just prevail and to take whatever you give us. But that's not the case. Especially as these generations come and we really do provide our money. So what do y'all bring to the table? What do y'all bring to the table? If I can pay for myself, if I can pay for my drinks, if I can work for myself 2 jobs, 16 hours a day, because that's what I did. I have worked here for 2 past years watching y'all. It's only been the past 5 months, like he said, the cameraman said, that y'all haven't really been out here.
Now, I agree with her with that when it comes to who hurts the most when it comes to cheating. Men do, because they take that. You'll think they do, and some might not react how you think, like you want them to, but like women do. But men, it hurt more because society prepare women to be cheated on. Like we were just saying earlier. It all come with what you sign up with, right? We expect women to accept that. But men, they're not prepared for that. So they get real hurt behind a woman cheating on her, especially if they love her. But they gotta love her.
And I think men can do it all day.
Yeah.
And they can stick their chest out because they got 2 or 3 women. But when that one that they really feel like, is their love, and they find out she's doing it too, they are broken.
Yes.
Yeah.
They got to call in to work sick because their pride is shot at that point.
Yeah.
You know, he thought she was a trophy.
Yeah.
But she was a bigger dog than him. And that hurts them. I think that hurts them to their core. They get angry. They want to retaliate. They want to be left out and burn the house down at that point because they didn't think it could be done to them.
Yep.
So I think men take it the most offensively. Like, we can get over it. A man cheats on us. We may cry today, and tomorrow we're packing our little boxes to get out of there.
Yep.
You know, and we can get over it and we'll heal and we'll go on. But if a man gets cheated on, I don't think he will let go as easily.
No.
Because
it's something about that man pride. It's something about his pride, his ego, you know. No man ever wants to feel broken.
Yep.
You know, and I guess y'all haven't had a man to come and boo-hoo to y'all before.
Man, I had a friend to say that the reason why it hurt a man more than it do a woman when it comes to cheating, because now you've been touched. Well, a man feel like when he got a woman, the woman is his woman. He don't want nobody to touch her but him. So once she cheated on him, he feel like now someone else has basically eating off his plate without him offering them the food. If that's a good way of putting it.
Because you had no say so.
Yes, exactly. Because you
lost of power.
Yes, where with a woman, it's like we'll come to talking to our man about cheating on her. Well, you should have just called. If you had an issue, you should have just let me know. We could have talked about this or whatever. And 9 times out of 10, some women in these day and age, they willing to have another woman in their relationship. But and when they do the 3 people in the relationship, I forgot what it's called, but it's normally 1 man and 2 women. You will rarely see 2 men and 1 woman because men don't want to share as much as we are willing to share. They're not willing to do that. Like, they like to, if that's my toy, that's my toy. Nobody else can play with that but me. And once you play with it, it's like you don't lost your value. That's what my friend told me. Which I was just like, I can't agree or disagree because that's how he feel as a man.
What did Holyfield say?
What does Holyfield not say?
Yeah,
but at the same time, like, Holyfield,
whatever.
Like, we both got holes, buddy. Yours just a little smaller than ours, but it's at the tip.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, things enter both of our bodies. It's still a transaction. At the end of the day, it's still a transaction that's being made. And men don't like feeling like less. And what bothers a man, why they hurt the most when women cheat on them, is because they have it in their mind that they are the best lover ever with whatever little 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches they got.
Yeah.
They want to think that God's gift to man. They can't take the thought that somebody else pleased you better than them.
Than them.
That's what it boils down to.
And it's normally the guys with the little packages that feel like that for real too. And for me having friends, male friends, they always say too. It's some male be like, well, shoot, I don't care about my girl cheating as long as she tell me, because I know can't nobody do her like I do. Yeah. Some men got that confidence level where they don't even care. They'll be like, okay, yeah, she me. That's me there. So I don't care what she do because I know she gonna come back.
And Shavonne, that's a good point because there's a whole lot of open relationships out here nowadays. Like, there have been open relationships out here, but now people are more open about them having open relationships with their mates.
Yes. Exactly.
Now, that's not something that I'll say I would do, but people are becoming more open about that. Like, I'm very possessive, very territorial, very like, I want to be mine and mine only, so I can't share.
Yeah.
But there are some people who are willing to share. But I've also seen now we as women, sometimes we're like, we agree to it because it's what he wants. Like
Yeah.
even with the threesomes and the stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know, he explains it to you, and he makes it seems like, you know, it's something that you have to do to make him happy, and you might not want to do it, but then you agree to it anyway because you thought that it's something that will make him happy,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. But then he's coerced you into something because he only convinced you for his good. He's not concerned about you because this threesome is with another woman.
Mm-hmm.
But if you told him, well, what if I wanted to bring John in?
Shit, that's a club. Yeah, I ain't finna talk about
Girl,
that.
y'all finna get into a fight.
Yeah.
That's why it's a no. He's not gonna be willing to do that,
Yeah.
or he's not gonna be willing to watch that or partake in that. So then there's that difference.
Yeah. And I tell any man, if you want your woman to be just with you and feel like if a man or woman cheating, it's not cheating for a man, but it is for a woman because the woman's supposed to be so sacred and all this. Make sure you're that same type of man, though. A woman don't want no man that's tossed around here and there. Every woman on the block know how you are in the bed. Don't nobody find that attractive. I don't know why y'all feel like we do, but we do not.
We do not. And Holyfield said we are the only set of people that are reduced to our genital areas. And Holyfield, I've been waiting on you to come in because let me tell you this: Black men reduce us to our genital areas.
Facts.
You make us feel like my womanhood is no better than the next woman because we all had the same thing and they all do the same thing.
Exactly. That's another black man playing a victim.
Yeah, you make it seem as if that my sacredness and me being a vessel to the universe is unimportant because every woman has the capability to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you all have reduced us to our genital areas and have ignored the principle of us being women and being mothers to humanity. So, you know, I would like to know, like, what's the point? You just reduced us to that hole a few minutes ago.
Yeah, but now
he did, but now we reduce it.
Make that make sense. That's why I say men out here, there's a lot of men out here that love to play victim. They wanna be that guy that's all want a woman to submit to me and this and that, but you have nothing to offer her other than a job, you got some house, the basic needs. But mentally, you have nothing to offer her. Spiritually, you have nothing to offer her. Only thing you got is words that you say. And some of your words sound good when you put them together, right? They do. But at the end of the day, you will always continue to be a single man because you have nothing to offer a real woman when it really comes down to it. I wish men would stay off that narrative of trying to make it like the women are the problem with the society these days when it comes into the Black community. No, it's both. We all have equal, to me, accountability when it comes to stuff like this. If you come to someone and you expect the person to be a certain way with you, you be that way first. If I'm going to expect a man to treat me good and not cheat on me and give me what I want, guess what? I want to try to be that type of woman for him. So I like what I give out. And if you can't give that, then keep moving. Keep making these YouTube and TikTok videos of what y'all feel like a woman should be until y'all realize that you will never find that woman because you're not that man. Let's just be honest. You're not that guy.
But here's my thing. Like Holyfield said, he was talking about from a spiritual standpoint. Holyfield, I don't know if you're saying you need to come on, but I'm gonna put the link in the comments just for you if you want to get on real quick.
Yeah.
But spiritually, it's supposed to be one.
Right.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be one. But then you take, if it's spiritually supposed to be one, then how many of us can count on one hand the one?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We pushing, everybody over, I'm over 35.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm knocking on 40. But how many of us can count on hand the one? So when it comes down to that, please tell me. Oh, he jumped on real quick, y'all.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What's up, people? What's up?
Hey.
Now,
listen, it's not that I agree with y'all. I wasn't saying that. Listen, things enter into a woman. A woman is sacred. She has a womb. She is the womb man. So here's the psychological aspect of it. For a guy, we have seed. We drop seed off. See, scientifically, a man can have 10 children in 1 hour. You can only have one child at a time. In some situations, you can have twins or triplets, however. So that's scientifically. That's why once a woman is been touched, a man don't really want her anymore because she's sacred. Even if you look, watch this. Even when you look at your Bible, the Bible says the dragon will make war with the woman. He didn't say nothing about the man.
But the Bible also say that a man's supposed to treat his woman like she is a part of him, especially if
I agree. I
so
totally agree.
If you know you don't want yourself, your part of your body, meaning your woman out here sleeping with other people, then why you feel like it's okay for a man to do that? If she's a part of you, you a part of her. So you think it's okay for a man because the woman got,
But according to the scripture, a man can have more than one wife. A woman cannot have more than one husband. You go back to Genesis.
None of us can have no more than one husband or wife.
According
in
to
the United States.
Well, United States of America.
Yeah.
However, and that's what I'm saying, under this jurisdiction. However, if you go back biblically, if you go back to Genesis and you look at the curses that God gave man and he gave woman, it's right there in your face.
But what about when we move to the New Testament in the Bible? Because we on this Old Testament stuff. We move to this new one.
Well, there's no such thing as Old Testament. Jesus said, I come to fulfill the law. I didn't come to do away with it.
Oh, you mean to tell me man had multiple ribs that he gave to create that woman, that one woman that was for him?
Yeah, so God
just created several women for him.
And then if you look in the Bible, all the men that did have multiple women, those kings, King Solomon, how did he fall? How did he lose his
hold on.
God over him?
Right.
No, how did he lose that?
Let me tell you,
many
God
wives,
said no.
And he
God
decided
told
to
him,
allow his many wives to
no.
let him go and sacrifice stuff to other gods.
They
turned him from his God.
No. God told him. God told him. He said when he got in his older age to let those women go back to their kingdoms. In his older age.
And it's not good for nobody to have multiple nothing, even in a biblical age or even now. That cause problems either way.
That causes problems in the Western society because we're westernized and culture.
So
we're westernized in culture.
You said that women are supposed to be sacred. Are men less sacred? Are men not sacred at all? What are you saying?
Is not. Honestly, a man is not as sacred as a woman. That's a whole nother talk. Women are sacred.
So many. I mean, I feel like you're putting a whole lot of emphasis on us being women and being sacred.
Yeah,
it gives us more responsibility. Does that lessen the responsibility
of a man?
Yeah.
No.
So much control, so much power. If we're the sacred,
a man is not to control a woman. He's not to control a woman. God never told a man to control a woman. He never told a man to beat on a woman. Matter of fact, the Bible requires a man to do everything. Lay down his life, die for his family, die for his wife. He don't require a woman to do nothing but just be obedient to the man that's following him first.
Define obedient.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm following, let's say me and you married. If I'm following Christ, then you follow me as I follow Christ. That's the chain of command. Now, if I'm not following Christ, you're not supposed to follow me. You ain't got no business with me.
Okay.
You have no business with me. See, a lot of good women tie themselves to nothing men.
Yeah, that's something that we were saying.
That's what we were saying.
I kept saying I didn't disagree with y'all.
Yeah, but the part that we was talking about, not even the biblical part of it, even though, we really should put the spiritual part in front of everything. But what
that's
you
why
said
we have
in
messed
your
up as a
comment
people.
that's
why we have messed up as a people.
It's not right for a woman to cheat, but it's not cheating when it comes to a man. That's what we was talking about. We didn't go into all the, like I said, put God first, but that's not what we was talking about. We was talking about this. It's not okay for neither side to cheat, But if a man say it's okay for a man to cheat, but not a woman because she
What is
sacred,
define cheating? What is cheating?
cheating can be anything when you're spending time with another person that you're hiding from your spouse. If you're
Yeah,
Now
not
you
when
said the
cheating
key
openly,
word that I would agree with.
emotionally.
You
you know
said
exactly
hiding.
what cheating is. We are all grown in here.
Yeah,
so
we
for
know what
anybody
cheating
to
is.
define cheating, you know what cheating is. You know, how old are you?
Well,
If you don't mind me asking.
what they got to do with anything? Carry
You
on with
should
your
know what
conversation.
cheating is by now. You're not a child. You're not under the age of 18. So you should know what cheating is. Cheating can be physical. Cheating can be something that you continue to talk to somebody about your spouse, to another woman or
Emotional.
man that you know
Emotional.
that you come on to. You might not lay with that person, but you do communicate with this person, and your spouse has no
So what about
idea
from the
about it.
man's point of view when he come home after working hard and everything and providing and paying the bills? Because you have a lot of men out here that are those type of men when they come home. You know, there's a huge disconnect with their woman, and their woman is full of ego.
Oh yeah, but
Mm.
Explain how it
do
feels.
you
No, ain't no
communicate
but.
that with
Come
her?
on, let's talk about
Come
it.
on, let's
Do
talk
you
about it.
Because you don't
communicate
want to
that with
just
her
bash
though?
one side.
If you gonna communicate, cause one thing I've seen as a woman that date men that y'all have a problem with, that the men I've dated, not all men, is communicating. You don't communicate how you feel. You'll sit
And I
there
agree
and
with you.
hide it.
Now,
If you
I
got
will
a
agree with
problem
you on
with it,
that. A
if
lot
you
of
don't
guys do
sit
not
and talk to
communicate.
your spouse about something, of course it's gonna be chaos. And if you go into a house and you constantly, and I tell my male friends this, when they call me talking to me about their women, that their women know that I'm their friend. Look, if you got such a big problem with this woman, leave her. If you feel like nothing can be solved, leave.
That's
Move
easier
forward.
said than done, because
Well,
once
hold
you
on.
have children,
May I
now
interject before
Yeah.
we change that?
Yeah.
Holyfield, you mentioned this man that goes and work, 12 hours a day, and he comes home. But
right.
he's also coming home to a woman that probably works 12 hours a day too. What
Yep.
is it that you expect me to do that you're not willing to do? Because if you want me to do all this extra stuff for you, Holyfield, then you need to make a way that I don't work 12 hours a day.
But I
So that I
understand.
can do
Listen,
all those wifely things that you want me to do. But it's not fair for you to work 12 hours and I work 12 hours and you want me to open your beer and you kick your feet up and watch the NFL game. But now you want me to cook, do the laundry, fold the clothes, make sure your bath water is ready. You're giving me all these other responsibilities on top of the 12-hour shift that I just worked. So I think that men have displaced what our role is to them, and men have displaced their role because a man's job is to make it easier for me to be a woman to him, if that's what
in
he
what
wants
way?
to do.
Because
But you
it's the
can't expect
21st
me,
century now,
Holyfield,
so we have a
you
whole
can't
new narrative.
you can't expect me to be Susie Homemaker and you have me out here working like Rosie the Riveter.
Right, and I agree
It's
with
just
you,
not
but
gonna
you
happen.
couldn't expect me to be a traditional man and you be a modern woman. Neither.
But I will allow you to be a traditional man if you're gonna allow me to be a wife. But see, that's the
But
problem. Men
no,
are not
you
allowing
right.
us.
That is the problem. That you right. That is the problem right there. You just said it. Because now women, especially, here's the thing in the African American community, and I keep saying this, after the 70s, when you had this liberal movement, we didn't have these problems prior to wanting to be like white women because they wanted sexual liberation and sexual freedom. Gloria Steinem headed up the movement in the 70s. She also wrote a book under an African American woman's name. Prior to the 60s, so here's the thing, the white boy understood something. He said, let's destroy the black family. He said, we thought destroying the man would be the thing, but we see the strength is in the woman. So he went to the woman and said, look, here's what I'll do for you. I'll give you government assistance and handouts. You no longer need a black man to work hard for you or anything. You can go to college now. Guess what? You can have abortions. You can do all of that. Prior to these movements, black women was focused on their families and building their families and their homes.
We focus on that now. We just need the men that can come with it.
I get what you're saying.
But
Everything will change, but now we gotta
listen, Shavonne, I understand what you're saying, but destruction has happened on both ends.
Yeah, of course. That's why I said
So
we need to all take, instead of us always trying to point fingers, we
I'm
need to
not
take
pointing fingers, though.
accountability
I
of
wasn't pointing
ourselves.
fingers. I was
Because
just simply bringing clarity to the black woman and how beautiful she is by saying that she is
thank
sacred.
you.
I wasn't pointing fingers. That's what I kept saying. I'm not pointing fingers.
Okay. Well, thank you for saying that. But you know, at the end of the day, when it comes to black men, because I, like every woman on here, we all love the black men.
Love
I
a black
love a
man.
black
I
man.
want nothing
love a
but a
black man.
I want a black man. But at the end of the day, I'm not settling for no mess. Like you said, back
Right.
in the 1970s, the women that came before us fought hard for us to get where we are. So if we wanted to choose now, it seems like a problem. If a woman choose that she want to get education and she choose her career and stuff before she decides she want to have a family, that's wrong.
Well,
You
that's
know what I'm saying?
backwards.
Oh, you
That's
get old,
backwards.
you need to find a man, you need to be having kids. Maybe everybody don't want that.
How you say that's backwards, Holyfield? How's
Yeah,
that
how
backwards?
is
Because
that
the people that instituted and gave it to you, they knew it was backwards. That's why they gave it to you, to destroy you. They didn't want you
Destroy
thinking about a
what?
family first. Let me tell you
Destroy
something.
what?
Let me tell you something. Louis Farrakhan gave a speech. And in the speech, he said, he told black brothers, he said, be careful how you call that sister a hoe. He said, because that hoe is what's keeping your lineage and your race going. Because these folks took AIDS, crack, everything to destroy you.
Mhm.
So while me and you sitting up here going one-on-one, that white boy sitting back there, that white boy on the moon right now. He diabolical. He on the verge of erasing you altogether. While you talking about your measly education, man, that white boy on the moon.
What white boys? What white boys you talking about? That's our problem. We keep talking about white boys and this and that. Dude, look,
because that white boy wouldn't be on the moon. Dr. King's birthday is today. Martin Luther King's holiday is tomorrow. We are living the dream. That white man wouldn't be on the moon if it was not for the.
Do you know Dr. Martin Luther King? Do you know that Dr. Martin Luther King birthday and all that is function is sponsored by the Rothschilds? Do you know Dr. Martin Luther King was a government agent?
Look, dude, I don't say nothing that don't benefit me. That don't benefit me.
That's why they
put no money in my pocket. No way.
This is the problem.
We gonna let
sometimes y'all be too overly woke. Some people are overly woke. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have too much information in your brain and it's not coming out the right way. Like at the end of the day, if we're talking about men and women, we're sitting on this platform talking about men and women and
y'all sitting up here bashing me and like black.
No, we're not bashing men.
Hold up, I don't bash no men.
We're not bashing men.
So the word bashing men.
We're not bashing men.
Black man. I'm
you bashing women.
But when a black
you
man
need
get
to
on
figure
here,
out what it
when
is
a black man get on
what
here
is wrong with
and
you
agree with
within
you,
yourself when it comes
want
to
to
that.
come at him. When
Well,
a black man simply say, I agree with you, that ain't enough.
Just because you agree with somebody and then turn around and tear down what they said, that's not
I'm not tearing down what you're saying, but I'm
they being passive aggressive.
Okay. At the end of the day, we're not nobody's slow. You know what I mean?
Say nothing about
at the end of the day, I can sit and say I agree with you, and then turn around and say something that don't even agree with nothing that you're saying. That's not agreeing with.
No, there are multiple sides to.
I feel you. Look, I can't be on. I don't have nothing to say.
I feel like the world is not going to become a better place. The world is not going to become a better place if we're always throwing the race card, because we are moving towards a place of harmony, and we're moving towards a place of blending. And I'm not going to demise the legacy of Dr. King. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to demise the legacy of the civil rights movement.
It was a social experiment funded by the Rothschilds. That's a known fact.
So now, how we feel? So what it should be then? What it should be? You give us orders. How life during the time
without coming off as a racial supremacist. Because I teach children for a living, and I'm trying to tell my children that they are the ones to change the world. All right, and we're
Man,
not going to
some people
change
be
the
too
world
woke.
unless we change ourselves.
Yes.
So I'm moving the people towards harmony and equilibrium and equality amongst all. That is what I want to see. Now, don't get me wrong. I am very pro-black, but I am very pro-unity as well. I want the
Fact.
best for my people.
Yeah.
But I understand that my people can't get there solely on their own. Because if that were the case, we would be there already.
Well, you had leaders that leaders that was instituting that. Well, let me say this: you have Dr. Martin Luther King and all them boys in curriculum and talked about in school. They don't talk about Marcus Garvey.
They don't talk about them in school. They do not talk about all those other people in school.
They don't talk about Marcus Garvey.
They tell our children about Dr. King and Rosa and maybe Harriet Tubman.
But they don't talk about Marcus Garvey. They don't talk about Elijah Muhammad, who was worth over $80 million at the time. And the reason why we eat certain fish is because he was trading with China and Egypt. And this man said, come from among these people and build your own. And they locked this man up and had to let this man out of prison. This is the same man that Dr. Martin Luther King had a talk with. And Dr. Martin Luther King told Elijah Muhammad, he said, I cannot agree with your teachings because your teachings are hate. And Elijah Muhammad told Dr. Martin Luther King, he said, what do you see out there? Dr. Martin Luther King said, I see a yard. He said, if that yard was covered full of snakes and most of them were poisonous and some wasn't, wouldn't a good father try to protect his children from all of the snakes? And at that moment, Dr. Martin Luther King's speech for his last 3 years became radical. Now, the FBI took a picture of their meeting. It's a famous picture of Elijah Muhammad and Dr. Martin Luther King sitting down having a talk. I'm not overly woke. I'm a scholar. I'm working on my PhD. I understand scholarly studies and research. So I'm not just no African-American black man that's just running his mouth.
But Holyfield,
we're not trying to take anything from you, Holyfield. We were talking about black men.
But why can't you talk about black men and black women? You know what? When the brothers, when we have a platform, we don't just. I never am one-sided in my discussion. In my discussion,
we were not one-sided, Holyfield.
Man,
we were not one-sided at all. So, like we talked about it. You know, we said women cheat more than men. So I need to know how we were one-sided.
I know. I'm trying to see that too.
The reason why women cheat more than men is because most black women, and I said it before, tie themselves to nothing men.
I know. Can we get back to the subject? Because we all off on some.
Yeah, because that's
I'm
what
not
we were like.
in.
I just stated it though.
But you can't speak for a black woman and you're not a black woman. You can't speak for me. I'm not going to allow you to just speak for me and say this why women cheat.
Well, hell, y'all speak for men. And I was raised by 2 strong black women. Y'all what y'all sit up and doing speaking for men? You do it every week, Sunday, Monday, whatever.
Have you ever been cheated on? And I would like to know, what did you do when
What did
you do?
How did you play that time?
Because you tell how you talk, baby. We can see it in the shadows.
But why?
You see it in my face. I'm passionate about my people. How many times you been cheated on?
How many times I've cheated and been cheated on? Probably is equal. Yeah, both. And
I can go there with you on this live feed, but I'm not insulting.
I'm not a bitter black woman though. You come over here, you angry. It seems like you're real bitter.
I'm in a successful relationship.
You got what?
I'm in a successful, healthy relationship, loving relationship.
And
I'm not angry. I'm passionate about my people, male and female.
You come off aggressive, Holyfield, sometimes.
Yeah, I am aggressive. I'm a black man. I'm supposed to be aggressive.
But what?
Who said you're supposed to be aggressive?
Oh,
no, who told you that?
Man, black men have lost their manhood, and black women have lost their femininity. That's the truth to the fact, man.
Okay. So you feel like that in your relationship?
Nah,
Okay, well, only speak on your relationship because
You can't tell me what to speak on, baby. I can speak on what I want to speak on.
Speak on your relationship. Like I said, you're angry.
I'm not
angry for no reason. That's not passion.
What about your
anger.
relationship? You speaking on black men?
I can speak on the black men I've dated, and I say that
but you're applying that to a general broad statement.
All right, so at this time, Holyfield, we love
Peace
you.
out.
Respect you. Good night, Holyfield. It's back to girl talk.
Lord have mercy. Like, no.
We just spoke about men being overly aggressive in conversations because
overly aggressive.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
And I respect what he was saying.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I don't want to take first of all
talking about.
I don't want to take anything from him. I don't want to take anything because he's a very educated black man. I don't want to take anything from him. Yeah. But he is very aggressive.
Yeah, and he's angry for some reason. He can keep saying he's not angry, he's passionate. It's a difference from being passionate about something and being angry about something. He's angry. He's trying to take shots. He tried to break black women down. We have to see that as black women when men try to think just because they're black men and say, oh, well, black men supposed to be aggressive. No, you do not. You don't have to be like that. You choose to be like that. And if you're in a happy, successful relationship, then that's what you need to be talking up on. You're not even talking about that. That's why I ain't even think he had no woman the way he talked. You get what I'm saying?
We'll let him say that energy for the Gentleman's Club.
Yeah, please do.
But while we're on here starting next week, we're looking for singles to highlight each Sunday while we're on the show. So if you're single and you want to meet some new people and you want us to help get the word out about you and everything that makes you dateable and charismatic, DM one of us so that we can feature you.
Absolutely.
Yes. Let's have some fun.
Yes. And anytime that you like getting into the conversation and you want to be a part of the show, we will put the link out for you, just like we did for Holyfield tonight. And we don't mind you getting on, but your camera must be on. And if you say anything out of line, we're glad to hit the remove button. All right. And on that note, lady, what do we want to leave the people with tonight?
I just say, at the end of the day, know the difference. Heal yourself from the start, from every trauma you done have past, whatever. Heal yourself before you decide to be with someone. And so you'll be able to identify when someone is not right for you to move forward in the right way. And have a great night.
Okay.
And Joanne, be on the lookout for the link on our 80s Babies page for the Sexy Singles Mix and Mingle that we're having on February 18th, because we definitely want to help you find a match.
And always remember, the way a person speaks to you, it says a lot about their character.
Thanks.
So definitely keep that in mind and make sure y'all come out to the Sexy Single Mix Mingle. Please come out.
And today is Dr. King's actual birthday. Tomorrow it's a holiday. Remember that Martin Luther King's holiday is a day on and not a day off. Before you go to Macy's, before you go catch any of these holiday sales, I need you to operate in the true spirit of Dr. King and help somebody who cannot help themselves. And on that note, we are out. Good night, and we love y'all.
Good night.
Bye.